What's up with you? What's up with you, though? Early in the morning, man. What we looking at? It's a Saturday. What's up with my calendar, man? My calendar keep pushing me up. Man, it's March. It's never on some April. It's March, man. Got me in trouble with that. It's March. Look, I saw Pete Hegseth and I saw him and it looked like to me that they getting ready for a draft. When you look at this war, this thing's dragging on. And the thing about a draft, see, the thing about that you have to replace people. People get out. Some people, they're not what you wanted them to be, how you trained them. You got to have replacements for those people. Recruitment numbers have been down. They have been down. Look at this. We're in the gig economy now. People are going other ways to try to get money. The military has never been about money, and that is the problem that you run into. It's never been about money. They'll give you a couple of bucks, but it's about service. It's about honor. You got some benefits, but it's never been about an accumulation of money. So you got Silicon Valley, you got people going to college, you got people graduate, you got people with their own apps, you got people creators. You got people, all this social media. Look at that Kai Cenat guy. That guy's a 20 years old, multi-millionaire. He's not going to go to college. But you know what they can? They can draft him, though. Oh, they can do that. They can do that. That speed guy, put him in an outfit, put him in a uniform, take him through training. Now he can wash out of basic training, but it's got to be because of something he can't do or some limitation. If he deliberately, that's jail time. Speed going to jail. And people, all of these people are nightclubs and stuff. They can come in those clubs, clear out them clubs. That's all they got to do is wait. What they just had the Houston rodeo, all they got to do is wait. They can get the people who get in trouble. They don't have to just focus on them. They could go inside. They could take names, get IDs, and tell them this Monday we need you to muster at this location. If not, we looking for you. If not, we gonna put out a we looking for you. They can draft you, man. I hope you guys forget. Too many times we just take for granted. We forget stuff. They can draft you in the United States. They can conscript you in the service. That ain't necessarily what you want, because you want to go in there, and then a lot of you guys they're gonna send you guys off to war. They're sending you guys to war, man. This Iran thing, you're going to be a ground troop over there. They're going to give you a rifle in that sand. You're going to be in that sand. You're going to be in that soft sand, hot sand. That sand hot. That's another thing you never hear about the sand, right? That sand traps heat. So you walking on that sand, you living on that sand, that sandy beach in Iran, you living on that sand gets into your shoes. That sand gets on you, man. You got a water shortage. You laying on that sand, you looking for a rock, you looking for something hard because that sand is hot. and it's hot over there. And you was at the nightclub, you was at the GameStop, you was at the mall, and all of a sudden people ran down on you. Now you over there in that hot ass sand, dodging them Turks and them Kurds and them Kolomeisters and them Clan Mojo. All of that. You got to be over there dodging that. Sleeping in that hot sand. You got scorpions. You get all that sand in you. They call that a sugar cookie. And you're going to become a sugar cookie. It's going to take a while. It'll give you about, I give you about 3 months. 3 months on that hot ass sand. Up and down and sweating and laying down in that hot ass sand, and it's getting into all your stuff. It's in your hair. You literally going to be a walking sugar cookie. You got caught in the States, man. You was out here in the States. They need the youth, man. The older people sort of got that on their side, but they need the youth. They need the youth, man. And this war is going longer than they expect. You got to replace people. It ain't a question of having enough now. It's about, will we have enough 5 years from now? Recruitment numbers are down. Recruitment numbers are down. Will they be able to protect and serve? They got to approve. You're right, they haven't approved it. Will they be able to protect and serve even now? They're going to draft you, brother. Man, Congress can have a vote today. You guys, we so used to procedures. Man, Mike Johnson can call Congress back tonight. You can have a vote on the draft tonight. You just used to them having scheduled things. So don't go by that. A lot of you guys think that too. Don't go by they gotta approve it. They can approve when they can approve whatever they want when they want to. You got National Guard all over the place. People still cutting up. They cutting up with the National Guard in these cities. They still out here clowning. And people would say, well, those are the people you need to send off. Well, it depends. They got to be able to do the job. You're right, some of them, they might be able to cobble some type of decency out of them and set them down on a foreign soil. They might be able to do that to some of them. But for the most part, those people are not fit for military service. Salamad said he refused to register Vietnam infantry. He joined the nation instead. Yeah, you can. Yeah, hey, but a lot of these people are not religious people. A lot of this nightclub stuff, a lot of this nightlife, a lot of this, the dating. They can go in a restaurant. Yeah, and like I said, people probably over 30, they still got something to worry about. It depends on the need. But they can go in there. You 26, 27, living your best life in America. If they come get you, they can conscript you. You, next thing you know, within 6 months, you'll be over in that sandy Iranian soil, becoming a sugar cookie. Not so, brother. Recruitment is down. Not so. Not so. I don't know. You've been listening to Fox News, brother. I don't know where you've been getting your information from. Recruitment is down. You're right. Why are they talking about it, Mr. Donald? Why are they having a discussion about it? Why are they having a discussion? Hey, Salam, a guy said you need to go on to Canada. You hear that? Especially a Negro. Especially a Negro. They don't think a Negro even has a right to even say something like, I don't want to fight in the war. This thing is dragging on. We finna go to a ground campaign. The air campaign is pretty much failed. Now we're gonna go into a ground campaign, and man, they're gonna be sitting. I'm looking at these people having a ball. They had a ball. They in a nightclub. They're young. It's their moment. They're listening to their favorite song. They're enjoying the life of being young in America. And they're going to scoop them all off, man. Sack them up, suit them up, send them off to war. They're going to be doing the ground troops, man. Most of them going straight to the ground because they look at them as expendable. They was like, we can go ahead and just send them off to war. We'll just send him off to war. Why not use, well, they are not patriots, Kelvin. Why not use border jumpers? Well, you think that's somebody, would you like to serve next to him? Would you like to go to a war? Now, forget war, active duty. Would you like to be active duty? The guy next to you is a border jumper. You guys have no concept of military or what war is. You don't. You have no concept of that. You don't want to serve next to a border jumper. No, that ain't how it works. Right now, today, no, we're not under draft today. You're looking at this thing. This thing's going to drag on. The recruitment is down. They're going to need more people. They're going to have to force people to go because when those bodies, which are already starting to return, that's going to hurt recruitment. The more dead Americans who are brought back from Iran, people are going to not want to go. That's why a lot of people, that turn people off with Vietnam. Vietnam, so many dead Americans, people didn't want to go. They were afraid to go. Trump didn't go. Trump did not go. Pete already talked about he's trying to get recruits. He's trying to get people who got out. I don't know. Yeah, mostly got out. He's trying to get them to come back. They need them now during this war. They need them. And if the numbers go low, the country has no choice but to force people in. They don't have a choice. It's either that or jail. Most people are going to opt to go over there. They're going to go through the recruitment. They're not necessarily going to be happy, but they're going to go. They need the youth. They need young people over in that country. They need the youth. Your youth, man, if you young, if you 20, no, forget that. If you 18 in America right now, you a male, you're an 18-year-old male. Bro, I be looking around all over the place because they're going to come get you. You finna go to war. They're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. With all of that sand leaking into your uniform, getting in your boots, sleeping, and all that sand, that stuff just slowly gets going. You're going to be a sugar cookie, brother. And I'm gonna send some. I send a Red Cross. I send a care package. to any sailor, to any soldier, to any Marine. I'll send you a care package. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm gonna put a bottled water. Under normal circumstances, I would think that's unnecessary because you got limited space. But being over there in the Iranian desert, that Iranian desert, you're gonna need a bottled water, man. I'll send you 2 bottled waters. You're gonna need some lotion too, but I mean, with all that sand, I don't know how they handle that, man. But there is a Strait of Hormuz. There is an ocean, so I don't even know. I don't know if you can you take a bath in the ocean? You got to do that in fresh water, right? Can you go out with some soap and then you're at war, so you'll be defenseless. Because you got to always watch your back. Do you want to get out in that hot water? I mean, in that cold, it's cold. You got fish out there. I don't even know. I don't know what kind of fish out there in that Strait of Hormuz. Man, you might get toted off out there. You trying to get a bath, trying to get that sand off. You know what, bro? We about had it with you. I don't understand these guys, man. They come over here. They can't justify anything they say, and they just heave insults. That's a coward, brother. We finna enact a no coward rule, bro. If you can't stand on what you say, you can't say it in the chat. All right? A lot of you, they coming for you, man. They're going to draft you. They're going to draft you against your will. They're going to send you to foreign soil. You'll be a ground troop, and hopefully you'll survive. You know, take your Bible with you. You know, and just get into that Bible, man, because I don't know what to tell you, man. It's not going to be like the nightclub. And that's a big deal, going from popping bottles and pretty women and the time of your life. Now you're over there in a sandy, hot desert. You're over there in a sandy, hot desert. And now, in that hot-ass desert, they expect you to be able to adjust to that? They're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. You guys went from all of this fun and this wonderful life and beautiful women and nightclubs and malls and your video games and your social media and travel. Because of this, man, because of the president's decision, they're going to send you to foreign soil, bro, and turn your ass into a sugar cookie. Well, we got to do what we got to do, man. A lot of people say black men shouldn't even be in the draft. They feel black men have been suffering under racism. Why didn't you ask them to go to war like that? That's like asking double. They're asking for 2 sacrifices. They've already been getting sacrificed, being discriminated against. Now you want them to go to war? Let me get this clown out of here. All right, brother. Let me relieve you of your duties. Like the stream, brother. There we go. Pete made a statement. Pete came out and said, we want people to come back. The recruitment numbers are down. They have to also, it takes about 90 days to process these people. And then you just a boot. You fresh out of boot camp. You just a boot member of the armed services. They need experienced people like this admiral that retired this morning. Yesterday. They want him out. And see, this is the wrong administration. You think they won't conscript? You think they won't come in and start making people join? They've done it before. When those numbers go down, why they say they don't believe in the rules of engagement. Why would they stop now? They're going to make you go. And you're talking about criminals. They'll take them if they can go. They can't put you in harm's way. Come on, I'm not going to put them on that. They're not going to put you next to a serial. They're not going to put you next to somebody who's done crimes like that. But yeah, they're going to need people to feel they're going to lose, and they need the youth. And there's some congressmen that said that's not a bad idea. We should empty the jails and send the jails to Iran and let them fight in that hot desert. Some people believe that. She said many people, black people, voted for Trump. Well, most of them voted for Kamala. Does that matter? Does that matter that Kamala got 80% of the black vote, a black male vote, 80%, 95% of the black female vote? You got the nerve to say black people voted for Trump. Yeah, a handful of them did, and they should have, because they wanted to. It's a free country. Well, don't come over here with that mess, man. And hey, you know what? I'm not in charge of anything. I'm not in charge of anything. They can put who they want where they want, whether you like it or not. If they want to start making people go into service, they're going to make them go. And it's not, people say, what about the jails? Most people are going to opt to go, man. I know it sounds like a legitimate option. It's not. Plus, once they put you in, you get about a week, 2 weeks. Okay, you can hit them up, say, hey, look, I'm out of here, man. I'll go fight. You don't want to be locked up like that. And if they need you, they need you. It's always been like that. This is the world we live in. I don't understand why people are all brand new about life. All you got to do is go back to Vietnam. The young people they were protesting. There was all types of hippie movements, flowers. All these songs, all that music they made, war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. All of that stuff, man. That stuff comes from the Vietnam era. Hendrix, the Joker and the Thief, All Along the Watchtower. These are classics, man. These are classic. And they shaped this country. But it was a trying time, man. The 60s was not good. And look, rest in peace to all the people who lost their lives in Vietnam. Rest in peace. Right now, we're going through a transition, man. And you know what's different about us, though? We don't have musicians who have the talent to create anthems like we heard back in the 60s. Anthems. We don't have that. And that's not good. We got a bunch of people creating trash music. But that's not applicable, man. What happened to the singers and the writers? Are You Gonna Break Your Promise? That was the Shy Lights. Beautiful song. I'm not going to sing that. That's a beautiful song. It was about a guy going to war. His woman had promised that she was going to stay with him and write him and stay loyal to him. And he had a choice. He had to go. He got drafted. And he wrote a song called Are You Gonna Break Your Promise? Beautiful song. But it was inspired by the war. Hauling these people off. These people I saw the nightclub. They was all in that dance. We just saw Houston. They tore Houston up. They clowned in Houston, butts out. butt cheeks out here. News was thugging it up, skinny jeans, shiesty mask. Yeah, I don't think that's even a bad idea if you can get those dudes to act right. I mean, it might be harder. You probably have to have a special camp for those people to try to break them, get them off the drugs. I'd say probably a longer boot camp. I'd say about 4 months. 4 months, almost like a juvie camp. You take them off the streets of Houston, out of that rodeo and all of that, and the women too, and you put them in a boot for 4 months, intense, and at the very least they can go and be a ground soldier. All you got to do is teach them basic stuff. You should be able to do it in 4 months. Nah, his kid will never go. There ain't no way his kid will ever go to the war. Empty the jails. If they're gonna all of that, that sounds good. Okay, it's better to force with the option of sending the people you're forcing to jail than to go into the jails, because the jails, they're criminals. And I'm telling you, why force someone to serve next to a criminal? You can't trust them. But I don't disagree with you if there's a particular mission. Actually, the Strait of Hormuz should be that. Actually, but they didn't think it through. The Strait of Hormuz should be you go in, people who have crimes that are not necessarily extreme, you offer them that. Say, hey, we're going to send you to the Strait of Hormuz. We want you to protect American interest. In exchange, we'll give you a pardon. And then we wouldn't have this problem, man. We wouldn't be having the problems we have. Isn't that something? And like she said, and somebody posed a question like this. They said, during a war, who goes to war? And the question was good men versus bad men, right? And they said, we know that people who volunteer, people who serve their country, we would associate them with the title of being a good man. And then they said, so those people go off in many cases to lose their lives. But who stays home? Who stays back? Jail people that's locked up, then they get out. And then they create the next generation. And then you wonder why men are so weak. The strong men go off to defend the country. Unfortunately, our leaders create these wars. This was a war choice. This was a war convenience. This is Trump's war. This was not necessary. This was a war of convenience. That's the most ridiculous. Iran was going to create a nuclear weapon. Pakistan got nukes. North Korea got nukes. If that's the case, why wouldn't they just fly? They're not sending them over here. Iran's going to create one to send to them. Why do they care? They got problems right there in their own region, America. That's the most ludicrous, absolute asinine statement ever said. Iran's going to get a nuclear weapon. Iran has never been a threat to America, you idiot. The USS Cole, the USS Cole, go looking who did that. Was that Iran? And Iran, I mean, America's going to be baited into, they've already been baited into this war. They've already said it's possible that a dirty, something's going to happen here, but it ain't going to be from Iran. It's not going to be from Iran. And they are going to establish a draft. I don't know. You guys are very trusting. anything this administration says, you guys believe Iran was about to get a weapon to hit America, or they were? They don't have one. Where'd you get that information? Did Netanyahu tell you that? Or did your son-in-law tell you that? Or did you see that on Fox News? Or did someone put that in the comment section on Truth Social? Where are you getting that Iran was going to do anything to America? It never was. That's not true. Yeah, you can't believe. That's what the thing about lying. That's the thing about lying. You can say all politicians lie. Okay, I don't disagree with that. But when you lie like Trump, it's hard to believe the truth. It's hard to believe the absolute truth. He said Iran was deleting their own people. You talking about in Minnesota when ICE knocked that lady down and ICE knocked that man down? You mean that? You stupid, bro. Or chick, whatever. You's a stupid mother. You know what, bro? Y'all, woo. This man said Iran was knocking down. You got that going on in America. What's the Trayvon Martin? Did you have the same empathy for Trayvon? And that's why the racism comes out. When they show you that racism, they try to pretend like they care about the military, but then the racism comes out because when you say, what about Trayvon Martin? Oh, he got George Floyd. He was on fentanyl. But you just said that you cared about the Iranian people. Yeah, we got to defend. They're deleting their own people. So we need to go to Iran. We're skipping over a lot of countries. We got to go to Iran and put American lives at risk so we can free the Iranian people. Look like they were carpet bombing. That's illegal. Pete's already said he's not going to follow rules of engagement. You guys don't make no sense. And you know what? The only reason, and let me tell you something, I want black people to see this. We're in the midst of this thing 20 years, 20 months in. The racism, it's going to be unfortunate. It's going to be unfortunate for them, even on Fox News. They got to turn down the racism because to some degree they need black folks because they got to send them overseas and they got to risk their lives. And that's always the case. Whenever that war comes, the racism sort of declines, but it's going to flare back up. The same people in the chat box talking about their patriots were the same people who hated George Floyd. They hated Trayvon Martin. They hated Obama. These people are bigots and racists. They are not patriots. They've never been patriots. And they want your son, they want your daughter to go overseas to a foreign country and lose their life to keep them free when they hate you because you black. That's just the way things are. I'm the only person that's going to tell the truth about that. I'm just telling you the truth. That's just the flat out truth. The same people who never had no love, no respect for Trayvon Martin, Barack Obama, George Floyd, want your kids to go over there and defend their right to watch Fox News and spew racism. The difference was Floyd was a grown man, Trayvon was a kid, and they both lost their lives in America unfairly. In fact, the cop who suffocated George is still in jail. And he got poked up. Mexican jabbed him up in there 20 times. Trump moved him to a new jail. I think Trump did. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of a guy who gets jabbed up in jail? The president moves him to a safer jail. What's the point? Why does he have to be safe? I thought we were at war. I thought we were at war. I thought we were one. I thought it was proud to be an American. Or that's just a bunch of talk. And they're gonna send you to. They're gonna draft you, bro. Pete's already talking about it. They're going to draft you. You are going to a foreign country. You will become a sugar cookie. All of that sand gets in your nose. That sand gets in your ears. That sand, you're going to bring that sand back to America. When you finally return, you're going to have sand on you, brother. Iranian sand in your skin pores. That's going to happen, man. I don't know. And you know what's sad, bro? Why is this war so racial? Why is it whenever we have a war, the bigots, not all white people, not all, of course not, but the bigots and the racists, they put their foot in their mouth because they've been sitting around listening to Fox News. They've been sitting around listening to these bigots on the radio, all this talk radio, this Mark Levin. They've been listening to these idiots. And then now, hey, we need you as an American. They look around and they're next to black people. And they're like, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be next to black people. It looks like it, man. And it's going to be hard. That's bad for morale, man. It's hard to ask people to go over to these foreign shores and serve when the people in charge, man, are clearly don't have their best interests. That's bad for morale. That is bad for morale. And you go to jail. If you refuse to get drafted, they're going to send you to jail. Lewis says, black men, black men, black men. Muhammad Ali gave you the blueprint. Iran is not our enemy. They are not our enemy. Trump, well, I'm going to stop it right there now. We're not going to say that one there, bro. Come on, we can't. You can say that, but he ain't, Iran's not, yeah, Iran released black people. Iran has always freed black people. They said, we understand what you guys are dealing with. Iran has always let black people go because they are sympathetic to the black crusade, the black issue in America, the struggle, civil rights, the racism, the George Floyd. They smothered George Floyd, the bigotry, the racism. Iran's familiar with what we have to go through. Very familiar with what we have to go through. And they're going to enact the draft, and they're going to draft you. And if you're young, you better stop going out to these nightclubs, man. You better stay out of these night places. They're going to draft you, man. You're going to go out there, and once they get you, they're not going to let you go. They put you on like a bus. And you out of here, brother. You out of here. You finna go to boot camp. You gonna think you finna go out and party? You with your friends? You gonna wake up in boot camp. They gonna shave that head. They gonna put you in that uniform. I don't know what I've been told. Navy wings is made of gold. I don't know what you just heard. You're gonna be out there marching, bruh. You're gonna be marching. Marching. And then they send you off to Iran and you become a sugar cookie. Just a matter of time, brother. And you got nobody to blame but yourself. Pete, I got the press conference. Pete just did a press conference. Look, this channel, I can't do the CNN. Other people, I don't know. You got a special form, I guess you got to fill out. But Pete, he just came out and said that he's asking all these people who got out, please come back. We need you. He said, please come back. We need you. Come back. We need you back in. We're having problems. Can you please rejoin the service? Is asking them to come back in so that they can serve their country, because their recruitment's down, and any time of that, they're not going to go without. They're going to start dragging people down there to those places, and you're going to be serving, brother. That's just what's going to happen. You can listen to these Fox News clowns all you want to. You can't send illegals. They're not. It's called patriotism. That's what I'm saying. You guys, what are you getting your ideas from? Illegals, they're loyal to Mexico. They're loyal to their country. Why would they go to America if they are illegal, undocumented aliens in America to work? Why would they be? Why would those individuals? Why be loyal to a country not their own? That's ridiculous. Send the illegals. And what about the Americans that's already in service? You think that's who they need to sleep next to? You think they need to go to war with illegals? That's who they need to serve their country next to and depend on and trust with their lives? That's insane. That's bad leadership. That could be the worst thing you could do. You want to protect your people. That's what you want to do. He said frontline shield. Well, it might happen, Pete. You better not tell them that. You better not tell them that. Oh, well, you don't. He said undocumented means no documents to. Well, let me tell you how they do it. Let me give an example. Bourbon Street, right? Like last night, Bourbon Street. They'll just sweep Bourbon Street. It don't matter. They'll sweep it. They'll put up blocks. They'll have enough. They'll probably have National Guard. They'll have enough people, and everybody. They will process. They'll say, "I need the ID," and if they're a certain age, they're gonna put them. They're gonna take them, put them on a van, and those people are going to war. They'll contact the parents and stuff like that, but no, that's just the way it is. They need you. They really don't ask. You guys don't keep up with. See, peace has made a lot of you guys forget the world we live in. Peace has made you weak. Peace has made you weak. They have always done that. If they need the people, they take them. They don't ask nothing. If you go back to the 30s, no, the 1630s, they barely fed you. They put your ass you went to war. You went to the conflict they had, and they didn't give a damn if they fed you. You didn't get paid. If you made it, you got some benefits. And the amount they paid you, man, back then, in the 1600s, $3. You don't even get to say bye-bye to your wife. You are gone. You say, I serve with green card immigrants, and I trust them more than the fools that were born here. Okay. Well, that's not an undocumented immigrant, though. Well, Pete said there's going to be a draft, so Pete, you need to go. You're gonna need to go listen to him. They're already experiencing man shortages. This war was underestimated. They got a money shortage. They're losing money. If Congress doesn't give them the money, how they going to fight the war? And we live in a different world now. I agree with Trump on some of this. Trump says you got to be secret. He's right. That's why Pete shouldn't have been talking about money. I don't know why he came out talking about money. He says, I wish I'd get drafted. Go down there and join. Go down there and join, man. Hey, man, let them tell you no. You go down there and you put it on your phone. Videotape yourself. Go down there, go to that recruitment office and tell them you here to serve. You here to serve your country. Come here. Hold up. Where this guy is? I wish I get drafted. I don't. If he's not a troll, I wish I get drafted. I don't have a damn life. I'm a full-blown nobody. Don't feel that way. Monday, tell them you want to get drafted. I don't care if you're overweight. I don't know your height. They'll get you in shape, man. Tell them you'll draft. You want to go anywhere they'll send you. You say, hey, I'm for whichever one that'll take me. You can apply for Army, Navy, Marines, National Guard. Tell them you're here to serve your country. You need to do that, man. That's the way things are. You got the wrong attitude. I hope you're just joking, though. But if you truly believe that, man, go join. You don't wait to get drafted. Go join. Oh, he says, I can't, John. I'm 41. Oh, okay. You can see if you can come in as a civilian support. They may need someone to do things to support the troops. They have frigates. There's tugboats. You could be a maritime seaman and go over there and help. You still can help, brother. You can still help. He said they got age waivers. Oh, I didn't know they hear that. I didn't know. Yeah, in this time of need, it depends on what your skills are. Okay. Go down there and tell them about an age waiver. Go see if you could do some type of maritime support. There are ships on there that they need people to do basic things, man. But you're not serving, you're supporting your country. And it'll be duly noted. And now that's how American does it, man. You don't have to be in the service. If they won't let you in, you're a little too old, try to get the age waiver. If not, go over there and see if there's a ship as far as handling things that you can work for in support, taking care of that ship, maintenance on that. It's a tugboat. Things of that nature. Things of that nature. But at the end of the day, man, slowly but surely, we're creeping up on a draft, man. And as this war drags on, and let me tell you something, they're not going to tell you. They're going to have a private meeting in Congress. And next thing you know, you're going to see troops. They're going to be on Bourbon Street. They're going to be on Bill Street. They're going to be in Nashville. They're going to be all over in California. They're going to be all at the places, the social places, and they're going to start taking people and putting them into service. They're going to start removing people, placing them in custody, and putting them into service. A lot of this stuff, they're not going to play their hand. I know I could follow Trump on that. Iran doesn't know everything they're doing, so they're not going to be public with a lot of this stuff, but it's coming. Guy said, I did 8 years and fought in Afghanistan. I did my time. I can't called. I don't know what that means, but y'all better stop smoking and get it. Yeah, let that weed go, man. All of that weed, that's going to slow you down, man. That alcohol, that porn. You guys need to go to war, man. You need to go to the sands of Iran, the hot sands of Iran, wherever I don't know what location that is. Talunda Valley. I don't know the name of where they go, but they're going to send you somewhere over there, man, and they're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. You're going to have so much hair on your body and in your uniform, you're literally going to be a walking sugar cookie. And that sand gets into your pores. People have never see we're in America, right? But people who go to the beach, the sand in Iran's a little bit different though. It gets into your pores. And if you don't take it out, it embeds under the skin. And when you get back to America, you're gonna have bumpy, sand dunes all over your body. They turned you into a sugar cookie. Man, I hope so much. I wake up every morning hoping that they said Trump's tried to contact that dude 8 times. Say Iran's won't take his phone calls. Trump has tried to contact whoever the leadership is in Iran. I don't know who it is. 8 times. Iran says no. They still bombing. Iran says we don't care. So we're going to fight. And they did not expect that to happen because they got a troop shortage. Now you got to have a 5-year plan. You got maintenance. You got other endeavors. You can't take all of these ships, all of these Marines. You can't take them all and put them one place. Now we got the gas is going up. We got an energy crisis. What are we going to do, bro? What are we going to do? There we go. What are we going to do? He said, what happens if you duck around from the popos and your name? They find you just like a warrant. They're gonna come looking for you. They're gonna go to your job. They're gonna have a whole list of people. They're gonna have people just like you got ICE. They're gonna have people that they're looking for people like that. They need you, man. You don't have a choice. All of this, I'm looking at this March Madness. All them people gonna be gone. It's gonna be more than getting knocked out of the tourney. They're gonna send them off to be sugar cookies. All these people they're young, college kids. Yeah, they're going to come first. They'll make these guys officers, though. They'll put them in leadership roles. We don't have one now, but it's possible. Pete's already talked about it. Pete is right now, day 20 of this Iranian war. He's already begging people who got out to come back to rejoin. He's already doing it. We only in 20 days. The Iranians have turned down peace requests from Trump. They want to fight. In fact, they know that America, they know America does not want to draw this thing out. That's what they feel like that's the best thing for them. To make people to know, let people know if it's drawing out, it's gonna cost him a lot of money. It's the world's he's trying to turn the world against America. That's why they're dragging it out. I don't, they say they knocked down desalination plants over there where they clean up the water. I don't even see how they're surviving. That's a lot of people. Says our ass is grass now. Yeah, well, they're gonna drag it out, man. I don't even understand why we even went to war way over there, man. Way over there. We gotta defend our flank. I don't even know why we did it. If you have 50,000 troops, boots on the ground, we only got 25. That's where they're gonna need those extra people. That's where they're gonna come in and draft these young people. I'm looking at this March Madness. A lot of those guys, not all of them, but a lot of those guys gonna be placed in the war. Football, you're gonna have a lot of guys. We got the football draft. A lot of them people, if they don't enact the draft before football season, a lot of them guys gonna get drafted. You know what, bro? If you believe that, you got to be the dumbest guy. This guy says we went to war because the country that chants and infidels will not be able to get you. That ain't why we went to war, bro. And they don't have a nuke. And what's the thing with a nuclear weapon? They can't use it. They don't have it, and they can't use it. So why have it? That's the biggest bunch of crop. They went to a war to defend Israel in the interest of Israel. That had nothing to do with no nuclear weapon. Man, you know what? You know what, bro? If you say something stupid again, you out of here. That's the dumbest. Take that Fox News nonsense off of here. You guys, man, you guys are brainwashed. You guys sit back, you listen to these talk radio clowns. You sit there and let them put the lies and nonsense in you. Man, we went over there because they were going to get a nuke. That makes no sense. They don't have one, and they're not trying to get one. First of all, I don't know why you guys keep acting like it's hard to do. It's really not hard to do. Once you get that atom smasher, you can do it here. If you could get you an atom smasher, you can do it right here. You can do it right in your garage. They're not hard to make. You got to have the right components. But that's what I'm saying. You keep saying that they want to have one. They don't take. If they wanted one, they can get one. Says Trump just showed the world how messed up white people are. Do you know it's against Iranians' law to have nukes? No, I didn't. Yeah, they are theology too. So yeah, they're gonna go by what the clerks say. He said, go read about FATA law. No, thank you. But I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Brother, why are you going back and forth with these devils? Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far, David. I mean, we don't see the world the same way. I don't look at them like that. Well, some of the people that disagree, some of them, there's some type of racial motivation behind it. But for the most part, they just disagree. They just have a legitimate disagreement. That's all. They don't think that we're going to have a draft. So I think that we will. That's just a disagreement. That's all. The main ones that want America to go to war are the main ones who cry when they get called up. Yep. Their kids get called up. They start whining. A draft will be good for this country. Okay. No. You're making a good point, but this is where I disagree. We got to get new leadership. I would say we can have a draft, but we need new leadership, man. What about the morale of the troops? Trump has clearly said that he only cares about conservatives. He doesn't care. What about the rest of the troops? It's going to be hard for them to go out there and serve their country, man, when the president doesn't care about them. Also, Pete, there's a report from the father of Tyler Simmons where he said Pete lied on him. He said Pete went out and lied. Pete told the press that he talked to the family of Tyler Simmons and they told him to finish the job. That man hopped right on the news. He said, no, I didn't. He said, I never said that to him. So that's already, I saw that on the wire. That's already bubbling up. That he said Pete lied on him. That's the black family. He said Pete Hegseth is a liar. And he said nothing about finishing no job. Now, that's the guy that was talking about sending you guys over there to become sugar cookies. And you guys saying, well, he ain't going to do it because he didn't say it. You're going to believe these guys? You're going to sit here and believe these guys the way they just spew lies? Some of you guys want to be lied to, though. Some of you guys want somebody to lie to you. Said get them off the Carnival cruises. They be partying on them cruises, don't it? Everybody be going at it on them cruise. Bro, there's something about that, man. Go on the Carnival, get in your bikini, your flip-flops, and just cut a fool on that Carnival cruise, man. Crab legs. Let me tell you guys something you can do. Let me tell you. You guys don't want to go to nightclubs, right? You ain't got to go. If you're single or if you're married, book a room in like a Days Inn, something like that. If you got the money, Hilton, but I would say preferably a Days Inn, and around from 3 to 7, just walk around. So a whole lot of action going on there, if you know what I mean. All you gotta do is just walk around. Just walk around. Put on your robe and your flip-flops and get your little ice bucket. And you're gonna have all types of people in them hallways, man. And a lot of them will join you in your room. I'm just throwing that out there, man, in the middle of this. This stream ain't even about that, but I just threw that out there. Just a little FYI. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. And you turn around and look, and they walking around just like you. They looking for you. You looking for them. They looking for you, but y'all don't even know each other. They're going to draft you, man. I know you don't want to hear it. I know in your youth, you 18, 19, 20 years old. I know this is frightening. I'm looking at March Madness. I see all of our youth. We got the NFL draft. We got all of our youth. I looked at the Houston rodeo. All of these are mostly young people. They're going to draft you. They're going to send you over to Iran, and they're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. And Iranian, you could blame Iran for that because they're going to drag this war out. It's been reported Trump's asked 8 times, and he's been turned down all 8 to stop this. I hope not, man. I want them to live their youth, man. Hey, go to the nightclubs, man. Go date, get the threesomes, man. Go have fun, man. Live your best life. Get married. Enjoy yourself, man. Travel. Discover the world that you're in, man, and love it. You get drafted, man, you're going to be in that hot ass sand. You're not going to like it. It's going to ruin your life. It's going to change your life. See, if they draft these kids, it's possible. It's possible, but these are warriors, man. These are the people we need to go out there and defend our position. And war is a bad thing. It's always a bad thing. It's never been a good thing. It's never been a good thing. War is terrible. And we got to get out of it. I mean, Iran, they saying Iran's already put their demands. Of course, America's not going to meet those demands, but Iran has already said what would take them to quit. So, and they're doing everything they can, man. And some of those munitions, it takes 9 months. And he said, we got a lot in the Ukraine. Well, that exposes Putin. Putin knows what he's doing. Putin is playing both sides. China's playing both sides. They're resupplying Iran. For all we know, Putin is the one telling Iran, keep it going. And for all we know, the leader of Iran is in China or in Russia. And we don't know who the leader is. We know who they say he is. But we don't know who he is. And we're losing, man. And I'm afraid. I'm starting to get afraid myself. Every day this war drags on, I keep thinking there's a possibility that the draft, Congress is going to come in and have the draft. And they understand. You think they don't, bro, they know what they're doing. Congress does, right? What they're going to do is they're going to have people already, National Guard, already in place. They're already going to have all of these people right in place. So when they, in fact, the draft, these people ain't going to be able to go nowhere. They're going to get them at the airports. They're going to get them everywhere. They're going to get them at the colleges. These people are going to war. They're going to Iran to sleep on that hot ass sand. Yeah, and this is what we got to get into. And hold up. Somebody, Tammy said something. Hold up. Tanya says, black children, this is a rich man's war. Let the billionaires' kids sign up. They are the ones who benefit from it. We need to sign up for Yah's army. You hear that? You hear that? Black children, this is a rich man's war. This is a rich man's war. Let the billionaire kids sign up. They are the ones who benefit from it. We need to sign up for Yah's army. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? And that's the thing about it. You guys don't realize, you don't realize that we have to be on one accord as a country for this stuff like this. You can't hate half the country and then go to war. And we got an election coming up, man. We got an election coming up. What are we going to do next? What's our next move? So they're going to draft you. And you're going to be somewhere. You're looking at the world now. 6 months from now, you're going to be on some hot desert, you know, trying to get out, but you got to stay in, man. And all of the days, the internet and the video games, them days are over. You got to go to work. You got to perform. And what are we doing? Where are we going with this, man? What's the end game? The Iranian leader is in Iran. The U.S. attacked them twice in a row mid talks when the making progress. Iran has no reason to trust. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We need everybody to get together. We're going to meet here, which is peace talks. Those places are supposedly peace talks, both sides, right? They've attacked both waves of people they've tried to send in. And see, the American people are getting the truth. It's unfortunate we have to go to foreign agencies, but they're getting the truth. Slowly and surely, they're getting the truth. And if you think you're going to be able to go out to these clubs and go hang out and live the life of a young person under 25, American, 18 to 25, you better hope this war stops, because you're the main target. They're going to come for you. They're going to get you out of here, bro. They're going to put you right over there in that hot ass sand. They're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. I told two people, told them yesterday, two people that were under 25. I told them, I said, they're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. And they didn't understand what I was talking about. And I told them they're going to take you, force you into the military, send you to Iran. You're going to sleep on that sand, and eventually it's going to get embedded in your skin. And you're going to come back to America, and you're going to be a sugar cookie. And they got scared, man, because they don't want to do that. Yeah, if you disabled, they're not going to send you. Okay. We need them. We have to defend ourselves. And that's the thing. We have to defend our position, and we need replacements. We don't just need the people who are going and the people who are active now. What are we going to do 3 years from now? What are we going to do 4 years from now? What are we going to do? How are we going to defend ourselves? We need them. And I wish hey, we used to have leaders. Where's our leaders at? We used to have, remember Jesse Jackson? He used to be an ambassador. He was a honorary ambassador, and he would go places, and the people were willing to talk to him, and they gave up the pilot. Was it Iran? Let me see. Because I forgot about that. I remember Jesse Jackson. They didn't want to deal with the United States. Jesse Jackson. Let me see. Jesse Jackson brought a pilot. Was it a pilot? Home. Was it a pilot? Let me see. In 1984, Reverend Jesse Jackson undertook a diplomatic mission to Syria, successfully securing the release of a United States Navy Lieutenant, Robert Goodman Jr. His plane was shot down over Syria. He was held for over a month. 1984, Jesse Jackson. What happened to the Jesse Jacksons? Rest in peace to the brother. But what's going on with the country, man? We used to have emissaries that would go out. Okay, Trump, you're a tough guy. Pete, we don't care about the rules of engagement. But we used to have emissaries that would go, that the country could say, hey, I'll deal with them. I'll deal with the emissary. I'll give my hostage to this individual. We don't even have guys like that anymore. You don't have, because you got every type of racist. You got all this racism now. The Fox News. Anybody who has any type of motion, especially a black person, they're going to attack him. If he got any type of motion, they're going to attack him because they don't want a black person to rise to power. And it used to be Jesse went over there. Jesse should have been the president. Said, I won't send my black son out of the country. He's not fighting the white man's war. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? And black people are basically saying they don't want their people to go over there, man. And they come back and they're in the same situation. They got to still deal with the bigotry and the racism and the hate. They still got to deal with that. They went over there and they served their country. They've done everything they were supposed to do. I have to agree with that. Yeah, they could enlist. You're right. Go and enlist now. You get a little bit more options. Go and enlist. He said, I never heard of someone cry and complain so much. Well, we going to cry and complain over here, brother. We're trying to warn these people. We're trying to warn them. We're trying to warn them before it's too late. Take the necessary measures. Someone said, go ahead and enlist. No, I think college, hold up, I think college, if you're in college, they defer that. They're going after people. They're going after the regular smugglers. They're going after the regular smugglers. What's up with you, Warren? They going after the regular schmegulars. I think if you're in college, I think if I'm not sure. I think they'll defer you or whatever. I don't know if they're going to take you out of college. But this is the truth, man. And when you look at the rodeo in Houston, they're able bodies. They got the people. They got people to fill the ranks. The people are there. And what are we going to do? Are we going to stand on it or not? What's next for us? Pete's already said that he wants people who got out to come back. Recruitment's down. They got low numbers. The next thing else, especially if this war drags on, if this thing goes to August or Christmas, they're going to have to enact the draft. They're going to have to do it because of the bodies coming back is going to make things worse. They're going to be asking people to get out. People are going to be protesting, wanting their children and their relatives to come home. What's the next thing to do? The only thing you can do, there we go, right there. There we go. What's the next thing you got to do? The next thing you got to do is you got to have a draft. Who's going? The young people, mostly. All of the Bourbon Street, the youth. The youth. Pete was the one who brought it up, brother. You talking about something. Pete brought that up. The people who said we won't have a draft, they don't know. They don't know. They're just in here talking. I hope we don't. I hope we don't. But it's quite possible, man. Don't depend on it. Don't rest on it. Like the stream, man. We got to tell the truth. We tell the truth over here, brother. Support the platform. Hit the Cash App, man. Hit the Super Chat. We got the join link posted, man. You know the thing about it, we get a lot of new people and stuff, but I'm just amazed how none of these people can stand on what they believe in. That just blows my mind. They're going after a certain group of people. They're not going to go after older people. They're going to send these people off to war, ground troops, Secretary of War. You're going to get drafted. All of the fun times, you'll be looking at these pictures of you at the party and you with your family and you when you were back in America. But those days are gone now. You're over there becoming a sugar cookie now. Now you got to sit in that soft sand You got to sit there in that hot sand. You got to sit in that hot sand and go 2 years and then come back to America. Not to mention all of the incidents and no, who knows what Iran has over there? Don't nobody know. Just like Vietnam, they had holes, they had tunnels, they was all and then in the jungle. You get sick in that jungle. Get malaria over there. You just get sick. The food over there. You can get stung by something over there. He said high schoolers these days mess with the military guys who try to recruit 17-year-olds who are just trying to eat lunch. Well, they got to recruit, bro. So they got to recruit. So they have to do their job. You don't have to go. Now, fortunately, you do have that. But what we're going to see if, Congress got to vote. But the way Pete was saying, he wants all these people to come back. And we know we're 20 days into the war. What if they don't come back? He's got to keep up with a man shortage. What if he has a man shortage? And it's not just having a man shortage. What you understand, they got to have the ranks filled for like the next 6 years. They can't have them, okay, we can make it this year. What about next year? You got to have people coming up. So you have to fill the ranks for about 5, 6 years. He said MAGA would serve. Okay, that's a lot. You could. It's already in the contract. They were saying ICE might, if he might call him in to go over there to Iran. He could. They signed the contract. He could. In the contract, it said that he can send them overseas. It said he could, and he just might. And we're looking at this right here. It says Jesse Jackson went to Syria in 1984, and they released a Navy lieutenant, Rodman Goodman Jr., in his custody. That's back when we had emissars. That's back when we had people who they couldn't put the politics on, people who they did what was right. What happened to those people? I'm thinking of this right now. What if there was some hostages and Iran wanted to turn him over? Where's our emissary at? Where's the good guy at? We're in the world of Fox News now. If Fox News existed back in the 80s, it would have destroyed Jesse Jackson. Fox News, their campaign is always take away and really the bigotry. They don't want to see a black person rise to power. Who you think it would be, Obama? Yeah, Trump said no new wars. And just like the clowns in this chat box say no draft, they always say something and they do something else. They said no new wars, and these fools in here, they believe Trump. Now these fools, well, I say a draft. Oh, we ain't gonna have no draft. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. We ain't gonna have no draft like we're in the middle of a war that we was promised we'd never get into. They're going to draft you, man. They're going to draft you, and it's not going to be a good deal. You're going to suffer, and you're going to get full of that sand, and they're going to turn you into a sugar cookie, and they're going to send you back here. All of these people, they're in these nightclubs, man. They enjoying the moment. They having the time of their lives. And all of a sudden, man, they get shipped off to foreign soil. And you got to listen to the screams of their parents at the church. When their relatives are notified, you got to watch that, the blood curdling screams of their parents, of their relatives, of their wives, of their children. They're going to get these guys off Bourbon Street. They're going to get them off all of these places, man, these nightclubs. They're going to raid them strip clubs. They're going to tear them strip clubs down. They're going to haul these people off, man. They're going to get drafted. And the same way that the people say they're not going to do it, it's the same way Trump started a war. Trump said he wasn't going to start a war, and you were stupid, and you believed Trump. Now you're sitting up here being stupid, saying they're not going to have a draft. They're going to have a draft. They're going to have a draft. And there's going to have a draft. And what happened to our emissary? What happened to the person that kept us together? What happened to the good people? We don't even have those people. You had Jesse Jackson back in the day. What happened to the good people? Where are they? What happened to the Dr. Kings? These people don't even exist anymore. These people don't even exist. Dr. King's got to be drafted too, and not expect the white man to build and fight. Hold up, that's Dr. King's war? Yeah, these people have no respect. They have no respect for black people. That's the way they talk about them. We got to draft him too. Just no respect for black people. Everything black people do is just minimized. They didn't really do anything. The white man starts the war. The black man has to go over there and die in it. They don't want to hear that, but that's the way things are. That's the way things are. Ain't that something? The white man starts the war. The black man pays for it, the ultimate price. The white supremacist cowers. He won't go fight in it. He sends the Negro in it. And then when it's over, he talks down on the Negro. Ain't that something? You see that right there, the Fox News, they talk down. None of those people are going overseas, but they'll talk about Negroes. How they don't want Negroes to serve and all of that. The brother's daddy already went out to Pete, the father of Tyler Simmons, the father of Tyler Simmons has went out to Pete Hegseth and said he's a liar. He's a liar. The man left. That is a gold star father. He lost his son. He paid the ultimate price. You got to respect him. Let me tell you something, brother. I've heard that a bunch of times. I've listened to Whack 100. We do not sound alike. All right. I mean, he doing his thing and all of that. I hear him over there though. But no, somebody told me that years ago, man, and I've listened to him. I used to listen to him a lot on Clubhouse. But nah, we don't sound alike. He said you do when you're not. I don't know what you mean by that, brother. That man said I'm trying to sound. No, I'm not. I'm talking. I'm talking. Like the stream, man. Support the platform, brother. What we gonna do, man? I'm scared when I see. I'm so scared when I see what's going on. Man, what's happening to my country, man? Anybody here seen my old friend Martin? Can you tell me where he's gone? Bro, what happened to us, man? Saved a lot of people. The good, they die young. What happened to us, man? They're going to draft you, man. They're going to draft you and they're going to send you overseas and they're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. Anybody here seen my old friend John? Can you tell me where he's gone? Saved a lot of people. The good, they die young. That's the country we used to be, man. We're not like that anymore. Who's going to save us? Who's going to free us? Who do we follow? What's going on, Marvin Gaye? That was about the Vietnam War. Talk to me. What's going on? That was about the Vietnam War. That was about the veterans returning. Leaving on a jet plane. That was about soldiers being ready to be deployed. Peter, Paul, and Mary, 1969, leaving on a jet plane. White Rabbit. Boots are made for walking. Give me shelter. We don't even have the groups like this. We don't even have the talent. Like we haven't, this country hasn't produced the talent to do this right now. There'll be no war song, nothing. We don't have the talent. All we got is my coochie pink, that stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of the sick stuff. That's all they got now. The sick songs, the hip hop. That's all they got. The thug music. They don't even have songs like that anymore. That's right. Reparations. Reparations now, not tomorrow, now. Reparations. You got 200 billion a day for a war, you got money to pay reparations. You got the 45 trillion, add another 5 trillion and pay blacks for reparations. Pay me all my money. I want it now. I don't want it when I'm old. I don't want it when I'm sitting in some nursing home staring at the wall with a cockroach crawling in and out of my nose. I want it now when I can do something with it. I can do something with it, something that I can do something. I want it now. Reparations now. You got to do it, especially if you start talking about a draft, you're going to have to promise these people something. America owes black people everything. Well, that's nice. You don't have to give me $1 trillion. It says the USS Liberty. What happened to the Liberty? They're going to draft you. And they're going to send you to a foreign war. And it's going to be sad. It's going to be sad. It's going to be a sad day. And we're going to watch it. And we're going to go through the pain and the anguish of watching you lose your life on foreign soil. Here we go. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. There we go. Support the platform, brother. You said, and then they're going to do another wave of young people. Isn't that something? Black people. The man, the man went and lied and said that he told Pete to finish the job. That man said, I ain't said nothing like that. Nothing like that. Ain't that something, man? That's where we stand. That's where we stand right now. That's what we are. That's what we become. A divided country. And he couldn't have done it at a worse time, man. Trump's supposed to bring us together, not apart. I hope Trump visits the Civil Rights Museum when he comes to Memphis. I really do. I hope he takes time out and lays flowers at Dr. King's young and innocent, sent off to war. Isn't that something, man? That seems so unfair. That seems so unfair, man. Where did we go wrong, brother? Where did we go wrong? They're going to draft you. And you're going to go to a foreign land and they're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. All of that sand over there, that gets into your pores. Sleeping on that sand's hot. You can cook in that sand. If you was to take that sand and dig it about a foot deep, you could put food in that. You can cook it. You could put a microwave pizza and cover it in sand and come back in about 30 minutes. It's going to be heated. That sand's hot, man. And you're going to be sitting in that sand, which means you're going to be hot. Yep, they're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. Isn't that something? You out here having fun, the time of your life, laying up, finding yourself, just living your best life, and you get hauled off to Iran to get turned into a sugar cookie. Yeah, that doesn't sound appealing to. Like the stream, man. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. We just tell the truth here, man. I know it troubles some people. I don't know why. I don't know why they're bothered by the truth. They don't really want to have a discussion. They just want to haul off insults from a chat box. That's very cowardly. They want to hide in the chat box. That's that is cowardly there, brother. You said that's racism. I guess, yeah, to a certain degree, it is racism. Yeah, they want to hide in the chat box. They don't want to have a real discussion. And a lot of them they're so one way. They sit around, they listen to Fox News, they look at whatever one or OME or whatever that is, that nonsense Newsmax, and they get brainwashed. They sit there and they get brainwashed. Listen to that foolishness. They can't defend what they say. Like the stream, man. What we gonna do, man? We used to be together. You had Jesse Jackson. He flew over there. He rescued a hostage. That's what you do, man. Who's going to be our Jesse Jackson at this moment? They may not think they need him. They need him, man. The Pete and Trump, they need a Jesse Jackson. They need an emissar. They need somebody who's going to come in and clean up their mistakes. This isn't going to work the way things are going, man. He's already said running out of troops. They're running out of troops. What are they going to do, man? How you going to defend your position? What's going on with us, man? How are we going to make it, man? We're all one, right? We are one, right? We all one people, man. We're supposed to be, but the way things are now, and then what's going on when they get boots on the ground, when they get troops over there in Iran, good Lord, man, and those troops start coming back in flag draped caskets. How you think this war's already not popular? It's going to go down. And yeah, you do have the MAGA. You got the MAGA crowd. And they'll believe, don't matter what Trump does, they're going to have to go over there and fight this war. If they're not going over there to fight this war, it's irrelevant what they think. They're nothing more than Fox News groupies. You don't have the casualty count, brother. You don't have the casualty count. He says sent to Hermes. If it was Hermes, bro, they wouldn't have no problem with black people going there. Get a bag. Get you a hat, a belt, and some shoes, man. But you going to Iran. And it's hot over there, man. And it's wet, man. If you start digging in that sand, you know it's the worst thing you can do. You dig in there, it's hot, but then as you dig, it starts to get damp. It gets moist. Yeah. Hot, moist sand. It's going to stink too, brother. And if you hang out there long enough, it's going to turn you into a sugar cookie. We got the Join League posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. It's hot over there, bro. All that sand, it gets in your toes, gets in your boots, it gets in your skin. They're going to bring you back here. You're going to be an official sugar cookie. And I'm looking at the latest reports, man. It's not coming off good. It's not coming off good at all. So I got mayonnaise fatigue. Okay. I got you. I'm feeling you, man. I'm feeling you. A lot of these people, can they do the ground troops, though? A lot of these nightclubbers, a lot of these party people, can they go through recruitment? Can they go through boot camp? Can they come out and keep their morale together and go over there and function and save us and protect us? They're going to draft a lot of you people, man. A lot of you people about to get drafted. You guys talking about the lies. You've been lied to. Trump lie all the time. Trump will lie to you in a minute. They're going to draft to you, man. The daddy of Tyler Simmons, the father of the slain fallen soldier, he just said Pete lied. He said he ain't said nothing about no finish the job. Pete went out and said he talked to him, and the guy said, he said he didn't say that. Those are called lies. I don't know why you think you can't get drafted. They'll tell you one thing, then they'll do something else. It's called a lie. But you don't understand that. He said, if I got drafted again, I already served my time, I would tell them where that draft card go and how I can get there. I don't know what that means. But then he ends with Semper Fi. Do you guys know what that means? Yeah, I know you guys know what that is. It's nothing. I mean, that's pretty common within military circles. What they most people outside, they don't know what Semper Fi means. Well, right now nobody's getting drafted, but it may happen, man. And I don't trust this administration. They went back on their promise a couple of times. It's very possible it will happen. I think what we got to do is stop thinking that we know, because we keep finding out things have changed. They told us they can go down here and knock Iran out, and within 3 days they get out of it. Turns out it's 20 days now. They're putting ground troops in, which means your air campaign has failed. So, which means they got to send in ground troops because you can't accomplish what you want to via air. Iran's got tanks. Iran's got infantry. Iran's already trying to turn this into a holy war. Iran's putting out conversation that Israel's trying to sabotage a mosque. People believe they're trying to drop a bomb here. All of this stuff. I mean, we're at war. We hope none of that happens. Yeah, we're not on our playing field. We're way, way, way out. Like the stream, man. What are we doing? What are we fighting for? And are you willing to go over there and save your country, man? What are you trying to do? Are you going to stand and you're going to rescue and you're going to save your country? Are you going to do the things necessary to get your country together? He says Hegseth has done nothing but lie. He's way out of his depth, but he's driven by Christian Zionist madness, building the third temple and the arrival. Wow. I hope not, man. I hope not, man. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. I hope not, man. That sounds so bad, man. And in America, man, it's diversified. It's a collection of people. They're gonna suit them people up, man, and send them people off to foreign soil and turn them into sugar cookies. And I'm the only person that's telling the truth about this stuff. Everybody else is just lying. They've already taken it over. They've already taken it over. There we go. Boom. Gotcha. There you go. Gotcha. Boom. There you go. Got you out of there. Look, like the stream, man. Look, we tell the truth over here. I'm sorry you can't take it, but we're going to keep telling the truth, man, because the truth is the truth. It's going to set us all free. The truth frees us all. And it's giving us an opportunity to learn. No matter what Iran has or doesn't have, yeah, they don't have any nuclear weapons. They never had them. In 20 years, you can get, if you understand how to make, which they do, which in their own country, they got uranium there. They don't even have to get it. It's right there in those mountains. It's over there. Just got to find it. They know where to mine it. Once you mine it, all you need is an atom smasher, man, and just like making a pizza, man. Once you smash a couple of atoms, there you go. You can hand it off to whoever you want to hand it off to. I saw an atom smasher on eBay. Some guy was trying to get rid of it, said he was trying to go. He had got a divorce. He had to call for the price, though. Yeah, man, you guys really think that's a big deal. That's not. He had that and a motorcycle. But the motorcycle didn't have I think it had a wreck or something. It was bent, a little bit bent. He was selling his Atom Smasher and his 1994 Suzuki bike. Said he was going through a divorce. Said he was going through a divorce. Iran's too far away to be a threat to America. They say those chants, we just went in there and we assassinated their leaders. People say that stuff like nothing's happened. We just went in there and knocked off the Ayatollah. We just took the guy who's second in command. Now they got the grandson in there. And people believe he's in the hospital. So the people, what do you think the people are going to say? Hey, man, they said death to America. Well, did you know why? Forget that. I mean, get your ass out. You know what? I'm finna block you for saying that stupid shit. For you coming over here saying that stupid shit, you out. Bye. And a lot of this stuff is racism, brother. A lot of this stuff is nothing but racism. These bigots trying to justify their racism, making up stuff. Oh, they said something bad about America. After America killed their leaders, we'll forget that part. Yeah, isn't that something? Forget that part. That's how they do Negroes. They smother a black man to death, then run around talking about fentanyl after they done smothered the man. as if that means it's okay to smother him. No, we block when it's racist. That's what we do. We got a join link. They free to hit the link if they know how to control themselves. But I'm not gonna sit up here and let them spew racism at me. And Frontline, you can join them. You are free to join them. We got a join link. All the tough guys, all these guys said they served. I don't believe them. Hit the link if you're not a coward. A lot of them are cowards. A lot of them have not served. A lot of them are just cowards in the chat box. A lot of them, it don't matter if Trump told them to go jump in the river, they go jump in the river. Anything Trump says, they're going to do. And just like Mike Pence, anytime you disagree with Trump, you're a liberal. Like they did Mike Pence. Mike Pence became a liberal because of what? He didn't want to lie for Trump. And a lot of these people, they're not going to lie for no Trump. But that means Mike Pence is a liberal. If that's not the dumbest, ridiculous thing you've ever heard. And they're cowards. They're not going to hit the link because they're cowards. And that's the sad thing about it, because when you start talking about Iran and the enemies of America, if they know you coward, man, they ain't gonna end the war. If they don't think you're gonna fight, they're gonna keep that foot on your neck. And that's what's sad about it, man. As a society, man, it's one thing to disagree with a guy. It's another thing to be just a coward, to sit back and cower in fear. What are you afraid of? We're men, right? So what? You lose, but we're still men, right? We're men, right? To be a coward is to be afraid of combat, to be afraid of disagreement. That's a coward. You've already defeated. You're afraid of conflict. You're afraid of disagreement. You're afraid. And we see a lot of that in the chat box. A lot of these guys coming in here talking about they was in the military, they served. These dudes are cowards. They didn't serve. They was never in. They're not telling the truth. The men I know who served are not cowards. If they have a point of view, they don't care if you agree with it or not. They're going to express themselves because they're men. Because they're men. And that's what you got to deal with on these social media and YouTube and whatever. You got a bunch of chat box cowards who will not express themselves because they fear conflict. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. Who's winning? It says even a conservative to some degree is a liberal. There are very few people. That's partisanship. Most people in America are moderates. Most people are. This extreme, whether it's liberal or conservative, that's how Fox News and conservative media, that's how they make their money. They play on people. They play on people's emotion. They play games. That's the hustle. And you got to see it before. That's the thing about a guy like me, right? And I don't know you guys' business, but that's a guy like me. I had to learn when I was young. I had to learn around 6, 7, 8 about hustling. People will hustle you. I had to learn that. I didn't look at people that way, but I learned that people will hustle you. People will lie to you. People say, "Hey, give me $5, money I've saved, and hey, let me run. I'm gonna run around here and get what you look. I'm trying to get something. I'm gonna go around here and give it to him, and then you go around and that man gone." That'd be a guy you've been seeing in here growing up. You done seen that man your whole life. You think you can trust him. Hey man, give me this $5, man. I'm gonna go get what you trying to get. You give it to him because you trust him. He done run off with your money. I remember back in the day, I remember back in the day, man, I was way on the other side of town, man. This cab driver, right? I was trying to sell something. Had talked to the people and everything. I went all the way over there and I was trying to sell something. And I paid the cab driver and he told me he didn't have change. So I paid him. I think it was like $25. It was a long way from where I was. And he said $25 and I gave him like $40. And he said, "Hey, I ain't got no change." So I said, "Okay," say I'll be right back. That man ran off with my money, man. I might have been 13, 14. That man just ran off. I was standing there about 2 hours. I called the people, and the people said, "Hey, no," they said, "Yeah, well, hold up." They said, "We know what car he in." They said, "Okay." He never came back. I said, "He never came back." He told me he was coming back. They said, "You been waiting there?" I said, "I've been waiting." And them people got on that lying piece of shit. You know what? He came back, he gave me my money, and they fired his ass, which they should have done. Yeah, people, yeah. So yeah, we gotta understand that's how the game go, man. It's dishonest people. It's dishonest people out there, they'll take advantage of you. And a lot of the Fox Newsers, a lot of the people, they listen to all of these like religion. They sit back and instead of a pastor, they listen to these talk show hosts, the Megyn Kellys. They listen to this stuff and they get brainwashed. They get flat out brainwashed. He said, Israel, okay, you're right. Israel started this and they drug America into this from day one. Yep, there you go. There you go, from day one. Day one. Day one. And this is the world we live in now, man. Social media, everybody's a coward. You look at these people, man, they would rather hide in a chat box. Black people are encouraged not to participate. So that's probably why they're having a recruitment shortage. So if black people opt out of participating, enlisting, and they're short for men, what are they going to do? Come after black people? That's going to create a problem. They'll have a civil war right here in America. They'll create a problem where the blacks are fighting them here. This is white supremacy. This is racism, brother. A lot of blacks are opting out of this war. They don't want to go over to Iran and be disrespected and lose their lives. The father of Tyler Simmons said Pete Hegseth is a liar. He said he was. What do you think when them black bodies come back in? You think that they're going to be saying it's okay? They were afraid to let the press cover this one. They cut the cameras off on this one. They were scared. They're already running. We 13 people down. When they get, I heard it was a bomb hit, 500 people. What about when all these casualties start coming? What are they going to do then? Is Trump going to wear his baseball cap? Is Trump going to wear his baseball cap? And this is what you got to deal with, brother. This is what you got to deal with. They say blacks are lazy, so they don't need FBAs. Okay, well, don't leave them alone when they don't join. Leave them alone. If they don't need black service members, leave them alone. We know that ain't gonna happen, though, don't we? We know that ain't gonna happen. They're gonna keep messing with them. They ain't gonna never stop messing with blacks. That ain't gonna never happen. It says MAGA wants a race war. I hope not. Who's gonna run the country? If that happened, who's gonna run the country? What they gonna do? Sit around and watch Fox News all day? Yeah, that America's never won a war without blacks. In fact, many of those countries say the reason America is so robust is because of black participation. That's what they say. Blacks set the standards here. Blacks did everything here. If you go back to the Roaring Twenties, that was blacks. Okay, we'll give you all the thuggery and stuff, the Italians and stuff, but I'm just saying those were blacks. That was black people doing all the dancing, the Cab Callaways, and that was black people. Black people changed everything. That was blacks. They don't want to admit that, though. They think a pasty, boring, failed Fox News host, Pete Hegseth, is he got rhythm. He don't, brother. One of the reasons America is so loved is because of the black population. That's one of the biggest reasons. Michael B. Jordan, that was worldwide. That wasn't just a win here in America. That was worldwide. Black man won worldwide. Iran took Jesse Jackson. He went over there and Syria gave Jesse Jackson the pilot because he's black. And you wouldn't understand that. I don't expect you guys to understand that. See, you think your racism works. It don't really work. You think it does. It just don't really work. Jesse Jackson was able to do what the elected officials couldn't do. I think, was it Trump? I mean, was it Reagan? Reagan and Bush couldn't bring him home. Jesse Jackson brought that pilot home. That was a white man. Jesse Jackson went over to a foreign country and they handed him over to him. They wouldn't hand him to Bush. They wouldn't hand him to Reagan. Jesse did what they couldn't do. And you don't understand it. You guys keep going on the Fox News brainwashing about black people, and you guys believe that stuff. And now we don't have an emissary. What about now? And we know Iran has no problem with blacks. They've already said they don't have a problem with black people, black Americans. They don't have a problem with black Americans. They've been upfront about that. That goes back to Ali about going to Vietnam. Ali said, I ain't got no problem with these Vietnamese people. They've never called me a N-word. They've never violated me. They've never talked down to me. And a lot of blacks are objecting to this war. And they're putting it on the white supremacists, letting him go serve his own war by himself. And one aspect of, because we know they're cutting everything, right? You want people to be healthy. When you cut services, then you don't have a healthy population. Who's going to fill the ranks? Let me see. Hold on. We're going to see. Now, look, let me say this up front. If you got the potty mouth and you're disrespectful, you won't be up here long, okay? All right. All right.
Nobody needs to be disrespectful.
I don't disrespect people, so I don't expect you to do the same thing. Now, so what, you are a Latino man? Uh-oh.
Nope.
Oh, you're not? Okay. You sound like you. All right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, you sound.
What
okay,
is it? What is with you guys? What is all? Yeah, let me talk. Let me talk. Let me ask you a question.
You got your accent right now. Go ahead, brother.
Of course, I got an accent. I'm an American from the island of Puerto Rico. Okay, we're all Americans over here. Okay, I don't know what is your problem. Blacks, the whites. No, we're Americans. Okay, Puerto Rican be fighting in wars before being American. To be American, that's the reason we got a flag and we got an Olympic Committee and everything, because we fight with honor. We destroy the enemies. We're not crying about who is the enemy. No, we go and obliterate it, because we're Americans and we're proud to be Americans. We're proud to have all the rights. We're proud of fighting the Civil War and destroy the slavery that was brought by the European, by the British, the Italians, the Dutch, the French. Those are the people who brought that shit here. Not us, not the American who fought to destroy it, not the American who signs the laws to override all these racial garbage that was happening in the 70s, in the 20s and stuff. We're in 2026. The person who keep walking, racism, because the blacks, because they are cowards and they are crime babies.
But didn't Trump call Puerto Rico, what do you call it, a garbage can
mira lo otro. Look at the other one repeating like a copy paste. He don't call nobody nothing. A comedian make a joke. A comedian make a joke.
My fault. No, Trump said that though. Didn't Trump say it?
No. Trump said that Puerto Rico was full of corrupt politicians, and it's a lie. He been there from the 90s. He built so many stuff in Puerto Rico. He gave us 4 Miss Universe when he was the owner of Miss Universe. He gave us boxing champions when they was fighting in the Trump Tower, and he was working with Don King. A lot of stuff Donald Trump had done for Puerto Rico. Man, you know what Donald Trump did too? He gave us back the Panama Canal. You don't even know about the Panama Canal, I bet.
No, I don't keep up with the latest updates on the Panama Canal.
You don't know that China in 2000, United States gave it to Panama, and Panama put the Chinese to control it, and the economy of Puerto Rico went to the garbage because we lost that trade, and all the factories left because the Democrats give our factory Intel, Starkey, Johnson, and all the pharmaceuticals and all the factory to China. Thanks to the Democrats, Puerto Rico lost their factories, their corporations, send it to China, send it to Ireland, send it to Chile.
The chat want to know how old you are. That's what they're saying in the chat.
Oh, how old I am? Bro, yeah. I'm older than you. I born in the 1980.
No, they want to know if you still can serve. That's what they want to know.
Concerned about what?
Serve. Can you still serve your country?
Yo, my father served my country. My neighbor went to Iraq, went to Afghanistan, went to Bosnia with honor. I couldn't do it because the ASVAB test told me that I don't speak proper English. So they told me you cannot serve because you don't speak English. Because in Puerto Rico, our government, the Democrat government, tell us that we don't need English because we're not coming out of the island, but we're American and we need to speak English too. So you see,
you speak okay now. You mean like on a test, right?
Yeah, on a test. Of course, I speak.
But
okay.
You can speak English, but you know,
subject I speak English and Spanish. Yeah.
You know, when they say verb and now, you can't figure that out, right?
Of course, I can figure it out. I was 18 years
old.
How
the hell did you fail the English part of the ASVAB?
Because in Puerto Rico, you don't use English. In Puerto Rico, you speak Spanish.
When you go to now, I don't get it.
Oh my freaking damn! Because I came from Puerto Rico, moved to the state, and have to speak English to earn more money. Okay, because I'm a knowledgeable person and I can learn to speak another language. Took me almost 15 years to speak like this. But yeah, what do you mean? When I was in school, they was not teaching us a lot of English. So when I took the test, I couldn't pass it because they give you only one English class because Democrats don't want Puerto Ricans to know the Puerto Rico Federal Relations Act 81600 that convert Puerto Rico in a commonwealth and a state of the union without paying federal income taxes and just paying tariff. But, you know, that's why they don't want us to speak English.
You know you can still serve your country, right?
At 45 years old, I'm going to serve my country. I can't pass the PT test. Why you don't go and serve it?
No. You don't have to be in the military. You can be a part of a maritime support force over there. There's all types of small
and who's going to support my family? You know who can serve our country? Our youth. You know who I'm sending to serve my country? My stepson. I'm getting him ready. He's in 12th grade and he's getting ready to sign to the military. Because we're Puerto Ricans. We're Puerto Ricans and we're proud to be Americans. We serve.
Hold up, brother. Congratulations. Now
and he's a white boy with blue eyes too.
He's your because I'm confused on that.
What?
You a Puerto Rican man from Puerto Rico, and your nephew is a white man.
Oh my God, my stepson. Yes, and my nephew.
Oh, your stepson. So you married a woman with kids?
No, I living with a woman with one kid, and I raised it for 10 years. Now he's gonna be in the military because a Puerto Rican born in the island is proud to be American, and we always serve. We have the highest enlistment in the military. We are number 1 in the Army. We're number 1 in the Marines. We're number 2 in the Navy. And we're number 3 in the Air Force in enlistment, comparing to every single state. You go state by state, Puerto Rico has the highest enlistment of the Union. Puerto Rico.
Where are you now?
In the States. I'm in another state.
How come you're not in Puerto Rico? You sound real proud of Puerto Rico.
Oh, you don't hear, you don't listen? What the Democrats did to Puerto Rico? What I told you the Democrats did?
You said
They
something about Panama.
they took our factories and our pharmaceuticals and sent it to China, to Europe, to South America, and they left us without freaking factories, corporation. They did the same that they did to Detroit. They did it to Puerto Rico. So now you have to get out of your comfort zone,
How do
move
you-
to the cold weather to work because the Democrats decide to give away the Panama Canal and give away our freaking factories. Thanks to the Democrats.
Who told you it was the Democrats? Fox
Because
News?
no, bro, I leave it. That was under Bill Clinton. The Democrats took the 935, that was a federal act that let the companies work in Puerto Rico pay less federal income taxes to help the economy. All that shit was signed already since 1950. And the Democrats took that federal law, they took it away. The Democrats give away the Panama Canal. The Democrat, because it was under Democrat ruling. Fox don't have to tell me shit. I leave it. I don't need to follow Fox for everything. Like people listen to CNN all the time. It's the same shit. Okay,
So
it's media. Media will do that. Doesn't matter what channel it is.
Hold up, brother. Hold up, because we're having a good conversation. You're helping me out a lot. So I don't know. You say you just raised a white man who's your stepson. He'll be joining the service, which is a great thing. Salute to him.
I don't raise a white man. I raise an American because we're American. We're not white man, black man. No. We're American.
Okay,
American.
Can you do this for me when you get off this phone late? And when you remember, tell him thank you. Tell him I'm saying that. Thank you. Tell your son thank you. Okay, just do that for me. Now, so you're married to a white woman then, right?
I am married to American women. American women.
You're married to a white. Why? Okay, well, ain't nothing wrong with that, brother.
What is wrong to be American? Why you cannot
We're
be American?
all Americans, but
no, you're saying a white woman. Black. No. American woman.
You've been yelling at you Puerto Rican for the last 2 hours.
Yes. Not 2 hours. I've been here 20 minutes, bro. Stop making shit up.
But hold up. When I say, are you married to a white woman? You yelling, we're all American, we're all American. You keep saying you Puerto Rican.
Yeah, my state is Puerto Rico. Like people say I'm Texan. Like people say I'm Californian. Like people say I'm New Yorker. Do the same thing.
Okay, so I say you married to a white woman. You are?
Yeah, to American women.
Now,
American.
hold up,
pale skin or dark skin means shit. You're American. We're American. Because your skin is pale or you have a lot of melatonin in your skin, that means shit. We're American.
We don't have to get profane, but I got a question for you, brother. You don't think that might be influencing you to see the world a certain kind of way? Like you hate Democrats, but you married to a white woman and you Puerto Rican. You don't think that people might think that maybe you're being influenced by
for what? Influence for what? For being American? I don't hate Democrats. Democrats show me what they did all these 40 years. I've been watching the Democrats destroy my island. I've been watching the Democrats destroy every state they touch. I saw how the Democrat with the feminist movement and the Rainbow Army trying to destroy our schools. I see all this stuff with my eyes. Nobody have to influence me with nothing. I can see it. I'm a smart person. I can absorb the information and see what's going on.
What you think about, I mean, just in general, and we have open conversation. We appreciate your honesty. And like I said, tell your son, tell your wife, tell your son, thank you. I hope if he serves and he's deciding to serve, tell him as I'm an American, thank you. Why? What do you think about black people though? No, let's be for real. They do a lot of crime, cause a lot of trouble. What's your opinion of black people?
They're American, like me.
Okay, we're Americans, but what about, don't you think they get into the wrong?
It's different. No, it's different. When Democrat states in this school system that they got these kids, the Democrat raised these kids to be criminal later on and put it in a jail system. That's what happened in Democrat states. I saw it because I've been in 10 different states.
So
Okay?
it's not.
I've been moving from.
So you don't blame black people. You blame the Democrats.
No, I blame the school system under the Democrats ruling. These school unions, that the only thing that they do is get rich and put our kids in.
Okay.
Americans don't have no knowledge of nothing.
What about Houston? Well, we can come back to that, but what about Houston? You said they just had to shut down the rodeo because black folks was down there clowning. What do you think about that?
Well, you know what? That's the problem, because Americans believe that anyone with melatonin in the skin is black, and then they bring all these people from out America. They bring them from Ghana. They bring them from South America. They bring it, and because they got melatonin in the skin, they already are black. No, you're not black. You're not American. You're a African. You're a Jamaican. You're a Haitian. You're not American. So they use these people to create cows and then blame the Americans.
Are you black?
Of course I got melatonin in my skin. What does shit have to do with something?
So you identify yourself as a black person?
No, I identify as a Puerto Rican from the island of Puerto Rico.
But you're not black. Don't let's be for real. You're Puerto Rican. You're not a black person.
What does it matter if I got melatonin in my skin or not? Yes, I got melatonin in my skin. I got dark skin with soft hair. What did that have to do with something?
You Puerto Rican.
And my race is Puerto Rican. Okay?
Okay, so that means you're not black. You're the one fighting me on this.
Yeah, because you're trying to divide us. We're American. How you going to understand we are American? The American race is divided in three. The pale skin, the dark skin, and the Puerto Rican. Okay?
America has a race? American race?
Yeah, we're the American race. We're the American race. We're not the equal of the Africans. We're not equal to the British. We're not equal to the Australian. Those are different races.
Did you learn that on Fox News?
No. Oh my God, you and your Fox. No, I read books. I'm not like you that is Fox News, CNN. No, I read, I learn, I travel, I meet people, I meet different cultures. The American culture is totally different at the African culture.
What book did you read? American Race? Because I want to read that myself.
American Race. You don't see the American race? You don't see how the Americans are different? Do you have... do you ever travel outside the USA? Do you ever travel outside your state?
I've never seen American Race, ever.
Oh, so you don't see yourself in the mirror. Okay. Do you have travel outside the United States?
American Race.
Do you travel outside the United States of America?
I have.
Where?
Yeah.
Where?
Asia, Hawaii.
Asia? We're in Asia. We're in Asia. So if you travel to Hawaii, you travel to the United States, because Hawaii is another state of the Union. So
Korea, Japan, Malaysia,
Japan, another colony of the United States. Okay. Korea, another colony of the United States. Okay.
So that's not outside the United States?
No, those are our colonies. Japanese have the biggest American culture in the world but they're Japanese. Korea is the same thing.
What about India?
The Hindu people is another race that they have different skin colors. But they're not black. They're Hindu.
Okay, I've never heard of, you know what? We finally found some common ground. I've never heard an Indian person refer to themselves as black. I've never seen that.
Because the only person who refer themselves as black are the American. The only person who called their skin color black or white are the American. Outside Americans, nobody called themselves black or white.
I've seen a Hindu person refer to bullshit. I've seen them refer to themselves as white. I've never seen them refer to themselves as white.
They never refer themselves as white. Never. A Hindu, a guy from India, a Hindu? Hell no, you're making it up. You're making it up. That's BS. That's pure BS. Don't tell me that stuff. The difference is you are inside a bubble. You are inside a little bubble that you want to like, oh, you got pale skin. You're a bad person. You got dark skin. You're okay. Bro, you're living in a small bubble.
Can you believe this guy? And he want to talk. He talking about us. Can you believe this guy? The stuff
Talking about us. Who is us? We are the American. Understand that the race now. We're American. We're all together in this shit. When we go to fight in war, doesn't matter the skin color, matter the blood that is in your vein, the American blood. When we bomb the shit of all these countries, doesn't matter the skin color. The pilots doesn't matter the skin color. The soldier doesn't matter the skin color. You only care about the skin color. You,
brother. You said it 5, 6 times. I heard you the first time, brother.
But now don't get in your head.
You said we bomb these countries. We're Americans, right?
No, always.
Before we was black and white. Now we're Americans.
Oh, you in your world is black and white. In yours, that you wanna stay in that world. You. The new generation, we are Americans, and we have to accept that.
What do you think about George Floyd?
He was a criminal. If he was George Floyd, it was in Puerto Rico, the street will beat the crap out of him for all his crimes. That dude used to steal from old ladies. That dude was catching fake checks from people that used to get SSI checks. That was a bull in the street. George Floyd, you have read all his criminal record? Have you read his criminal record? Bro, that guy in the street of Puerto Rico don't last 5 weeks because all those crimes are dirty crimes. And Puerto Rico street don't work like that. Hell no, fucking George Floyd.
So you don't like George Floyd?
Hell no, that's a piece of shit ghetto criminal.
Okay.
A really bad person.
Okay. Just now, you brought up his past. I don't know what that has to do with him being choked to death, but that's fine. You can do that. What do you think about a man, an American man? Somebody puts his knee in that American man's back, and they do it until that person can't move anymore.
Bro, I deal with the cops 20 million times, and the cops never tase me, never choke me. Why? Because when the cops came to arrest me, I say, okay, I raise my hand, I put my hand in the back and do your thing. I pay my fine, my bond, and get out of jail. You see, but if you resist arrest, that's the shit that happened.
Brother, I'm trying to keep up with you, brother. You bouncing around. So if you get pulled over by the police, we understand how you handle it, right? So you're saying if I'm a black man, well, now how about, let's go with George. So if George handles it different than you, it's okay to choke him out, to put a knee in his neck and choke him to death. That's so.
You see how big he was, and if you fighting the police, that's what. Don't you ever play GTA? Even in a simulation, let you know if you mess with the police, the bees gonna hit you.
Hold on, what's the name? TPA. What is that?
GTA 5.
That's what you play gun. What is that? What is that? Gun Theft Auto? Grand Theft Auto. So you play Grand Theft Auto?
I used to play when I was younger. Yeah.
When the last time you played Grand? When the last time you played Grand Theft Auto?
You can learn even in a simulation that if you mess with the bees, you're gonna get stung.
You know what, brother? When the last time you played Grand Theft Auto? Last night?
No, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
And you in your 40s?
Yeah. What is the matter? Oh, so I cannot
play video games.
What you mean? And why people go and play baseball at 40 years old? Why people go and play basketball at 40 years old? Why people have hobbies at 40 years old? People can have hobbies. You can go and work and do your life, and one day you want to sit down and play some simulations. What is the problem with that?
Are you white?
Oh my God, how many times I explained to you that I am a dark-skinned Puerto Rican? Why you want to keep up with this race and skin color shit?
You just told me what white people did. You just talked about 5 minutes what white people do this. And
I don't say white people. I say why. Why? W-H-Y. Why people have hobbies. After they work, they go and play basketball. They play baseball. They have hobbies. Also, if a 40 years old man have a hobby after a long day of week of work, and he want to sit down and play some video games, it's cool. What is the problem with it?
My sound messed up. Could you repeat what you said? Why? Say that again. Why?
You understood me. What are you trying to
I
do?
didn't hear you, brother. My sound is.
Well,
You
why
can't repeat.
people have hobbies? Why a 40-year-old man have a hobby? Huh? After a long week of work. Why? Explain to me. So nobody can have a hobby because they're 40 years old?
Do you identify? Look, we don't know
I
each
don't
other.
identify as nothing.
You don't identify as a white man. Come on.
Oh my God! You see,
Why are you ashamed to say that, man? See, I don't like that part.
Why I gonna be a white man when I'm a
problem.
Puerto Rican with freaking melatonin in my skin? Why? Because I got different opinions than you. So that made me a white person.
Are you a black man? Are you a black man?
I'm a Puerto Rican, an American from the island of Puerto Rico.
You hear that? You hear that? See that?
Yeah, you're small-minded. You know what? Ghetto people like you always gonna be exploded because you don't have no knowledge. You don't have knowledge, papi. You're talking about watching news or listening, gossiping, and copying and paste without no knowledge of the word or life.
You said I'm
because
ghetto.
You're ghetto. You only see the word in black and white. You're white. You're black. You're white. You're black. Come on.
Does that make me black?
Grow up. No, that make you ignorant. That make you ignorant. That doesn't make you black. That make you ignorant.
That makes me ignorant because you call me a black. I mean a ghetto.
Yeah. You're ghetto. You're ghetto.
Okay.
I can hear you in your voice. I can hear you in your mentality. I can hear you everywhere. You was calling me coward, and I told you, give me a minute. I'm gonna be up here, right? You was calling out people and calling out people cowards, right? So I'm right here, brother. I'm right here.
Yeah, but you said to me, you're a white dude, bro.
White, I'm a white dude. White,
you ain't like a white man.
That's why they call me coconut, because I'm dark in the outside and white in the inside. You see, because I'm a mix of American, a black woman, and a white man, and they create. You see, a guy from California traveled to Puerto Rico, and they get these freaking Puerto Rican.
You don't understand. I got the power over here now. You gonna let me talk?
You got no power.
You're gonna keep interrupting, brother. We're trying to learn. I'm trying to learn.
You got no power, brother.
Okay, this guy, he jumped off. I know he's gonna get scared. He said they call him a coconut, and I wanted to get into exactly what he meant by that. Who's calling him a coconut, and why? He comes up here. The man clearly wants to be a white guy, which I hope it works out for him. But that's what all that comes. You see what I'm saying? And then black people have to deal with that. You got to deal with him and his racism. He say he brought up Puerto Rican 50 times and said American race. Well, then why don't he consider himself American? Why you keep bringing up the Puerto Rican side? If it's all about having an American race, why are you bringing up the fact that you Puerto Rican every 15 minutes? This is crazy, man. You see what I'm saying? This thing, bro, you ghetto. Why am I ghetto? Because I don't look at Fox News? What makes me ghetto? Yeah, that's a white man, bro. And the bigots in the chat box who are cowards, I'll take my hat off to him, man, because we'll let you have your say. You see that? Now, he ran off. He put his foot in his mouth and he ran off. And that's what I'm saying. These guys, they can't defend what they say. He came up and he put his foot in his mouth. He talked about how he Puerto Rican, and people call him coconut. He told you up front, those are the people who know him. Now, that's them other Puerto Ricans, but them white folks don't call you coconut. You know what them white folks call you, Mr. Puerto Rican man? They call you nigger. And you know it like I know it. You know it like I know it. There we go. Let me get rid of this fool. There we go. You know it like I know it. Now that guy, he came up here. He wouldn't let me talk. He interrupted. We let people get it out. And he put his foot in his mouth. Yeah, he's married to a white woman. Isn't that so? Why is it when dudes get white women, they want to be white men, honorary white men? I don't get that. No, I don't. I mean, okay, man, she got a kid. You don't have to raise her to be Foxy Brown. You don't have to raise the white girl to be Sexy Red. But damn, what's wrong with you guys? You guys marry a white person and you lose yourself. That man up here talking crazy. That man said he a coconut. That man talking out his ass. You, man, hey, man, the woman is the woman is the woman. And I didn't get a chance to because he ran off. I wanted to know if his kids speak Spanish. Isn't that something? You're a Spanish-speaking individual, yet you raised the white boy not to speak Spanish. I mean, how's he going to look at your people? He know you don't even like your own people. None of the things you are, you don't want him to do none of that. And right off bat, I heard that he had a Latin accent and he tried to cover it up. You saw that? Then it came out. Yeah, this a crazy world, man. And this is YouTube, man, and we trying to reach out to each other. But I don't know what to tell you. That man got him a little white box. That man got access to some used white coochie. And that man been trying to learn English. He been stumbling around like he drunk ever since. I bet you if you saw him right now, he'd be stumbling around. He probably don't even drink. That white box got that man head gooched up. That man gooched. Got that man coming to America. Got that man watching Fox News all day. Got that man gooched. If I was to hand him a leather belt, that man so cooked up off that white box, he probably will bite a hole in that belt. He'll just gnaw at that belt. And I'd be like, you all right, man? You all right? He's like, that white box, man. That man done learned him some English, bruh. That man said he failed the ASFAB because of the English part. So that means he got everything else right. That man went out there, got him a white woman. That man went and got him a white woman. And for 10 years, he learned how to speak English, which is not good. And now he mad at black people. He said George Floyd was a criminal. Yeah, before he got choked to death. When he got choked, he was an American citizen. Isn't that something how they try to convince black people to buy into their racism? Woo! Yeah, Trump called it a load of garbage. Bigot. The bigot, he likes George Floyd. I mean, he hates George Floyd. He's saying, okay, if you commit crimes prior to being apprehended, it's okay for them to take your life. That's basically what he was saying. And who's the guy who's never done anything that they were accusing of a crime? I'm trying to remember. It's someone they ain't never did nothing. They were attacking this man. Look at that admiral. The admiral's who's being forced out by Trump. We got an admiral right here. The bigots don't want me to show this, right? Admiral Alvin Hosley. He's been forced out by Trump and Pete. And that racist Puerto Rican guy, he don't have a problem with it. He has no problem with it. So if being a criminal justifies death, why aren't whites? Yeah, there you go. That's what we got to deal with, man. We got the join link posted, man. If you're not a coward and you got something to say, don't say it in the chat. We let the Puerto Rican man come up here. We'll let you come up here. That man was mad too. Did you see that? That man came up here with an attitude, that white box. But then we're going to lose some soldiers, man. You got to understand, that man said American race. What the hell is that? Look, we're going to lose some soldiers. Some of you guys, hey, man, the enemy going to get some of you guys. We're going to get some of his people. We're going to get some of his, but he going to get some of you guys too. That white cooch, you talking about nuclear, that white cooch got dudes twisted. That Puerto Rican man don't know up from down. That white cooch got his nose wide open. Got him speaking English. I can see you learning the language, and then you go to Brazil, you go to Colombia. But damn, you get married, and then you learn that language, bro, you open. She got your ass. She got your ass. You out here learning English. And I didn't get a chance to tell him, bro, you sound fucked up. With all of you just sound, you sound terrible, bro. Bro, you shouldn't be talking. You just need to work. You don't need to talk, man. You sound awful. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. They're going to draft you, man. Pete, they pretty much upfront about it. They're going to draft you. I don't know. You living your best life. You're going to stop because they're going to draft you. He said, I have a black and Indian in my family. We already here, not from Africa. We are from America. That man is croc. I don't know what that is. Oh, cray, my fault. Yeah, I do know he's cray. Okay. Yeah, I ain't heard that in a couple of years. Cray. I don't know if he's not crazy. He's just brainwashed. No, he's brainwashed. He comes across to me as the type of dude who listens to every word of Fox News. He got him some white slaw. He get to lay up with a white woman. Man, I'd be scared of him too, bro. I wouldn't go nowhere near him. That's the type of dude that'll commit a homicide. Don't go close to him, man. That man got white fever. He got a white fever, white woman fever. He got brotherhood snow. He on that brotherhood snow bag. I'd stay away from him, bro. We ain't did a brotherhood snow stream in a minute. We're going to have to do another. A brotherhood snow. That's a white woman who dates black men. A brotherhood snow. We hadn't done a brotherhood snow stream. We're going to do a brotherhood snow stream just because. We ain't done one in over a year, man. We got to do another one. A brotherhood snow. Hey, man, that nigga got a brotherhood snow. And if you white out here, you use the word too liberally. That would be a white woman who dates black men. Use the word liberally. Brotherhood snow. Tell your friends, hey, man, she cool, but she's a brotherhood snow. What you talking about, man? All she do is smash black dudes. Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me that. I know how to deal with her. You don't deal with her badly. You just know she just told you what she about. A brotherhood snow. Just tell her, hey, man, it's a brotherhood snow. Don't mean she's a bad person. It just means she, you know, she a brotherhood snow. Which is, hey man, that chick they'll be after them black dudes. That means, watch what you say and be careful. Thank you, William. William said he will be sprinkling it about the white community. Thank you, sir. You need to. She's a brotherhood snow. Now, this white dude, this Puerto Rican dude that went out here and got him a baby mama, and he about to go to war with me. He about to throw hands with me. Ain't that something, man? That man was up here talking crazy, man.
Man, I caught in on the last end of it. I was like, man, there's a whole lot going on in this on YouTube this morning.
Appreciate you, man. You saw us. We was live.
Yeah, bro. I had woke up probably like 20 minutes ago, something like that. Gotta get back to this money, man.
No, when you got on the tubes though, you saw we was live streaming.
Yeah, you popped up first.
Okay, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Look, shout out to Sorage Moore for $2 holler. We appreciate it, man. Hold up. And then we had another chat right here. My man Gemini. That's my player. That's my partner right there. That's Mr. Popeyes. Mr. Gemini. Appreciate the $5 holler, man. Appreciate you, Gemini. I hope you're doing okay, man. My partner from years ago. Go ahead, brother.
They sending boys off the wall?
They talking about it. And what people don't want to deal with is what they don't want to deal with is they keep saying we can't do it. Yeah, we can do it till we can. Man, Congress can Trump can call Congress in tonight. And by morning, they can vote for the draft and then they can start it. And people talking about believing them. They've been lying every day. As we 20 days into the war, they've done nothing but lie to you. But they won't have a draft. Yeah, they're lying to you, man. They're going to have a draft, and your ass is going over to Iran. If you between the ages of 25 and 21, you going to Iran, and they're going to turn your ass into a sugar cookie.
Not a sugar cookie, man. Hey, man.
All that sand over there, you're going to be a sugar cookie.
Oh, man, that's going to be horrible. I mean, does that rule still apply if you your father's only son? You don't have to go?
You might be able to get out of that.
Yeah, that would save me back in the day. My dad used to tell me that. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I like that little rule. Man, it's crazy, though. I heard dude talking this morning, man, about his race or his ethnicity.
Yeah,
hello.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, just making sure. Yeah, I heard him talking about his ethnicity this morning, and he sound kind of crazy, man. He sound like he entitled.
That's that white woman. That's that white box.
He got some entitlement issues, man. I can hear it in his voice, the way he was going about it. I was like, dang, that's how he feel. Man,
that's that white slaw, man. That changes a man, to boy. You know that. Man walking around the house.
Be acting uppity.
Yeah, he said that white woman laying in that bed, all that white flesh. He gonna punch you when he see you out of nowhere, to boy. You black. He gonna see you. He gonna stole one off on you. You be like, where the fuck that come from? That white woman, man. White woman got that nigga. That white woman got him open.
Did he tell you why he married a white woman? Was it for a green card?
Oh, well, he went up to that.
Trying to be funny.
No, he's in Puerto Rico. He don't need that.
Oh, he in Puerto Rico.
Hold on. He don't even get it. You married a white woman that sleeps with Puerto Rican men, bro. You proud of that? I know it sounds crazy to you, bro, but you ain't really get you no white woman. I know you don't want to hear that. A white woman ain't gonna sleep with no Puerto Rican man, brother.
She found her an idiot.
Yeah, these dudes always be talking about they got a white woman. Man, go get you a Reese Witherspoon. Go get you a white woman. Yeah, go get you a white woman.
Boy, that right there. Not Reese.
Go get you one of these country music white women. Go get one of them. All they've been dating is white guys, and then boom, you and her met, and then y'all together. They don't never get those women. They get white women like Kim Kardashian, white women like Amber Rose, those types. They don't get no bad white woman. Or Sandra Bullock, yeah, they don't get the top-notch white women. And I be trying, they get mad at me because I be trying to tell them that. You're a Puerto Rican man, you got a white woman with kids, bro. You're not winning. I don't care how much Sean Hannity you listen to. You losing, bro. Why are you mad at me? Yeah, I ain't never seen them get no bad white chick off the muscle.
He said he got kids or he was just raising hers.
He ran off. I don't know if you're a coward. If you're a coward, you're not going to be able to express yourself because you're going to run off. The very moment I started asking him questions, he started screaming. He said, "This is the American race." I said, "What?" He said, "I'm an American race." I don't know what that is. Then he said he was Puerto Rican. And I said, "Well, wait a minute, bro. We all American race. Why you keep bringing up the fact you're Puerto Rican?" Yeah, he's lost, bro. He is lost, lost in the sauce. I'm right here, bro. I don't know what's going on with your phone. You had that problem last time. I'm right here.
Arizona. So
yeah, drop down.
I'm gonna go ahead and get up off here, bro, Chris.
Drop down and come back. Drop down, come back.
All right, bro.
All right.
All right.
He said Puerto Rico. What about Puerto Rico? That's the problem with Puerto Rico. They want to be white people. That and black. This is a new day for black people. Black people are waking up to that stuff. You can be Puerto Rican, but don't disrespect us. You come over here running behind white women telling us, talking about George Floyd, and you black people ain't this and that. Man, you talking crazy to the motherfucker. Yeah. You run out here talking about George Floyd running behind white women. Talking about you was too stupid to pass the ASVAB. And we supposed to look at you like something? We don't look at you like nothing, man. We don't look at you like nothing. Look, George Floyd, ask all of these racists what they think about George Floyd. Whenever they bring up the war, let them finish. And we won, we are one, and all say, okay, what you think about George Floyd? And they're gonna tell you what they're about. They're gonna say, well, he did crimes before he got suffocated. So wait a minute, so it makes it okay to suffocate him? Well, yeah, because of what? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he got a criminal history, and that means what? Well, it's okay to suffocate him. That's ridiculous. And that's what they say, man. This is what they've been pushing out. And I'm not even let me say this. I'm not a big George Floyd fan. But yeah, I'll put that out. I'll put that out there because I want to judge these people. A lot of these people are racist, man. A lot of these people are racist, and they'll say, hey, we need to stick together. I say, okay, let's stick together. But what do you think about George Floyd? Well, a police officer was wrong to take his life. Okay, I'll stick together with that person. But no, I'm not going to stick together with someone who say he had a criminal history, so it's okay to suffocate him. I'm not going to stick. That's not a person that cares about my community. They don't care about me. That's a racist. That's a bigot and a racist. Like, share, support, man. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. He got suffocated, brother. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you don't want to hear that. That man was suffocated. Hold on, we're going to drop the link. If you think George Floyd died of fentanyl and you man enough, you probably not. You probably a coward. You probably say this under your pillow. If you think George Floyd died of fentanyl and you're not a coward, hit the link. Hit the link. Be a man. We let the Puerto Rican guy come up here and run his mouth. We'll let you come up here and run your mouth. Come on. Come on. You think I'm wrong? Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Or if you're a coward, stay in the chat box where you belong. You belong in the chat box if you're a coward. If you're a real person and you believe in what you say and you believe in what Fox News put out, defend your position. Defend your positions. They can't defend their positions. So there you go, man. What they sell is smoke and mirrors and BS. And all of this is to justify their racism. That's all it's about. I'm going to justify my hatred of black people. So I'm going to tell a pack of lies and hope that they fall for it. Well, you failed over here, brother. We're not going to fall for it over here. We know what you're selling is BS. Like the stream, man. We on the verge of you getting drafted. How would you like to go overseas with someone who looks at you as American race? They look at themselves as Puerto Rican, and they're a proud citizen of Puerto Rico, but they look at you as American race to try to justify their racism. So black people get smothered. Well, hey, man, we're American race. Ain't that something, man? Only thing black people should trust is history. Yep. And they trying to take that from us. They don't want black people to have access to history. They trying to do everything they can to undermine black people. This is racism. This is hate. This is hate. Here we go. Like, share, support, man. I do not understand people who sit hours on the chat box, hours, and then turn around and try to insult me. Why are you here so long? Why are you here so long? You've been up here for 3 hours, yet you trying to insult me? Obviously, you're here for a reason, and also you're a coward. All you got to do is hit the link. I've been on many links. I'll hit a link in a minute. I'm not a coward. Somebody questions something, we have a discussion. I prefer to tell them to their face. I don't leave comments in the chat box. I'm going to tell them to their face they wrong. I'm going to tell them to their face they wrong. This system going to draft you. They're going to draft you. They're going to put you in a uniform, and they're going to send you over to Iran, and they're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. And you're going to come back here with sand all in your pores, lumps. You're going to have sand dunes all over your body because you went overseas and became a sugar cookie. Like the stream. Support the platform, man. We got the join link posted. Let me put it out here, man. Man, why do I get so many cowards? I don't know, man. A bunch of cowards. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. You got something to add? We'll put them on there. I don't understand why so many cowards call over here. They're scared to hit the link, but they'll hide in the chat box. And they'll go out here and date white women on the back end. They'll learn the language and all of that. They'll act right for a white woman. White woman put act right in these Negroes. Bro, I'm not a big fan of white women, but man, they really got a hold on these Negroes. But these niggas, they can't even handle a white woman, bro. They wake up walking outside. They wake up sleepwalking. If your brother, your family got a white woman, go in there and handcuff his ankle to the bedpost because he's going to get up in ecstasy and he might walk out the window. That white slaw be doing shit to niggas. That white girl got 10 years of commitment and he raised the white guy. That man was bragging on it. He said, I'm raising a white man. You hear that? Is that how you talk about your kids? Like you marry a woman from a different race or you marry a woman who was married before, got kids? Do you walk around bragging, talking about you raising white people? But then some of these Negroes do that. So I can't just say they don't. Some of these Negroes will brag that they got them a white kid, a white daughter, a white kid. They'll be bragging. Some of these Negroes is built like that. So I can't just say that's a no. I can't honestly say that. And the people in the chat, they know I'm telling the truth. Like, bro, what you talking about? You raising a white man? Why you telling me? We've been going for a minute, man. It's Saturday, man. We're in the middle of March Madness. Duke buried me, man. I took Duke first round. Duke cooked me, man. They only won by 8. They had to win by 30. So the little piece of money I had for Duke is done. Now, watch Duke cover today because I know how they play. I don't know why I fell for that. They normally they don't cover the first round, but they cover the second round. And they got only 32. Take Duke. Take Duke. Linemaker got to back it up because he know he suckered. He got me. He suckered me in with a crazy line. He got me. Like, share, support, man. Like the stream, support the platform. Plat for game. Hit the Cash App. Support us. Like, share, support, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We out of here, man. We appreciate everybody who listened. They're going to draft you, bro. You keep talking about what they say. They done lied 1,000 times. They're going to draft you. Young and innocent, they're going to draft you. They're going to send you to Iran. They're going to turn you into a sugar cookie. You're going to have sand in your toes, sand in your neck, sand in your elbows, sand in your legs. You're going to be over there for a year. That's sand over there, bro. That sand is hot. And if you start digging deep enough by that ocean, it's going to get moist. That's why all that seawater is going to start to stink. And you're going to be sleeping on that. And you're going to get turned into a sugar cookie. Like, share, support, man. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. We out.